Hi guys, welcome back to some more action with Accrington. We are in October. We have played 12 games of the season. We have 23 points. We have one loss, which was the unfortunate and very disappointing forfeiture in the last game, which I'm still not happy about. I'm recording this episode just a few hours after the last one, which yeah. I took a couple of hours away from it and tried to calm down, and I have a little bit, but I'm still annoyed. I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong, if it's just me, but yeah, to have 12 players leaving on international duty and to not get your game cancelled or rearranged is very annoying. But we have this next game coming up. We need to get back into the swing of things pretty damn quickly. Andrew Struner should be back, but he's in need of a little bit of a rest. Smith for Jug, thank you. So yeah, we now have 6 keepers, which is absolutely fantastic. Really what we needed, but I don't know what else I can do. We just got to hope. Also replace unavailable player and save the change, thank you. Yeah, we just need to hope that we don't have any injuries coming up to another potential international break, or if we do have injuries, they are for international players, and see what we can do from there. But we need to get back to winning ways, and we do. Revere with a goal after 11 minutes. That's nice, to be honest. As it's Colchester, I think they were up there, aren't they? Yeah, Colchester are in second, so that puts us back in the mix of things. Just having I want to have a quick look at the calendar for one reason. That game, that forfeiture was against Shrewsbury, so those 2 games we played the top 2 sides and won one, drawn one. Well, sorry, won one, lost one. So, bit of a gap opening up. Rochdale in 4th, 3 points behind us. We need to keep that gap getting wider and wider. Time to make some changes for this midweek game. We'll go with Bejarano, Buxton for Struner. We'll have Milanov back in there, Fathi out, Vizcarrondo can come back in. Brivet, let's have you out for Azogwe. Other than that, let's stick with the same team. So, right, I'm getting calmer. We've had a win, back to winning ways, playing Exeter, who last time we saw were down the bottom. So, we'll have to see what we can get done in this game. They have conceded in all their last 3 games, only scored in 2 of them. They scored 2 in this one. Milanov was sent off for 2 bookable offences. So, we've got a draw, which is, it's okay, but we'll just have to see what we can do. It's not a defeat. It keeps us up there in 3rd, but Rochdale won, so we are only 1 point ahead of them now. We do have a couple of cup games coming up as well, don't forget. So one in the FA Cup and one in the Johnson's Paint Trophy. It'd be nice to win both of them, although I think if I could pick any to win, I would pick the cup game, the FA Cup game, because that gives us a bit more, I'm hoping, a bit more room and finances available, because it's obviously, what am I thinking? I am thinking, I was thinking something, cash in terms of players coming in and budgets, money from gate receipts and everything like that, because obviously there's a good chance we could draw a team in a couple of leagues higher, especially if we get through to the 3rd round. We could get a blockbuster draw. But then again, the Johnson's Paint Trophy, if we could get it further than that, there's a good chance we could win it, or at least get through to the very latter stages of it, quarters, semis, who knows. But we've got a league game against Rochdale. Payne's put us 1-0 up early doors. And we win the game 3-2. Vizcarrondo with a yellow, Mingio and McCartan with the goal. So McCartan moans that he wasn't getting a game, and then he scores, so proving me wrong and him right, that he should be playing. Hopefully we're going to get through to the January transfer window in this episode, as Henry Azogwe saying thanks. Obviously that's for, I'm guessing, giving him a couple of run outs. But we have 2 games in 3 days, it looks now, which is always good. Luckily, so we've got the strikers to deal with it. I'll stick with that same team for this game, as it was a nice break, and then we'll change it for the next game. But Southend have conceded 2 goals in each of their last 3. No, they haven't. They've scored 2 goals in each of their last 3 and conceded 3 in the 2. 1-1. Worrell sent off for 2 bookables. Payne with his 2nd goal in 2 games. So 1-1 draw. Where is Southend in the table? They are 10th. We're at Exeter for that game. They're 2nd bottom. Tranmere are bottom of the table. We're still in 3rd. Won 8, drawn 7, lost 1. That's going to annoy me. Until we lose our 2nd game, that is really going to annoy me, is that that 1 loss. Assistant manager Milanov. Aldred, yes, what a surprise. It's the 1st of November and he wants to be sold. Wiltcombe with a report. Josh Crowsdale, we don't know where you're going to be. 81 max, 94 max for Matty Gale, he looks to be a good one. 78 max for a keeper, we've got some keepers. 84 max, Tom Newton. 79 max, reject. 81 max, reject. This Matty Gale looks like it could be a good one. But I want to keep my eye on him for now. We don't have, if I don't want to sort of be in this situation again where I have to sign a youth player up and not have any more funds available. Paul Afobe wants to play. Cedric Dejouet wants a rest. He's got the old Raheem Sterling's about him and he wants a rest. Dejouet, let's have a look at the start at the top. Briveo back in, McCann out, Azogwe back in, Smith out, Bejarano back in, Payne out, Fathi back in, Vizcarrondo out, Alusta back in, Mingioa out, Arasquiata in, Kamalo for Little, Dejouet for Milanov, Velasco for Aldred, Struner for Buxton. So we've changed the whole team, which is quite good that we have all those players available. Who is fit and available? Noble is. All these keepers are, but I don't want to bring all them on. And Thule, Payne, Galindo, Velasco. We're going to have to stick with that for now. It's a Monday, and then we've got a long wait until our next game. So there is time for everyone to get fully fit. At home to Dagenham, who are in 5th. So we cannot afford a defeat in this game and allow them to get closer to us. A draw is acceptable as they are in 5th. A win is obviously the ideal result because it puts us further ahead. And we get a 2-1 defeat. Oh dear me, so it's now getting back to being tight at the top. The Dejouet saying thanks, I'm being a crybaby. We have a cup game coming up, I believe. Yes, this is Northampton. This is the FA Cup first round. And then we're going to have the Johnson's Paint Trophy coming up. Will Hatfield, may we discuss wages? No, not right now. Tim Payne, you're going to want to play in this game, aren't you? Well, I'll get you back in, fella. Let's have a look at Hatfield. What do you want in terms of wages? Well, Little and Bauman, both their contracts need doing, so 2 years. I'll give you a bonus. Say you're going to be an important first team player, not a crucial. Liddell. Let's leave you for now. Hatfield, wasn't it? You wanted. You're on 750. What do you want? You don't want anything. You want to be a crucial. You can be an important. There we go. I don't know why you're wanting to discuss wages when you don't want an increase. Right, Azogwe out and Thule in. Bejarano out. Smith back in. Fathi for Vizcarrondo. Mingio back in. Kamalo back in. Milanov, let's keep you there. Dejouet back in. Buxton, I'm going to keep you there. Bench. Galindo, let's rest you. And we'll have McCartan back on the bench. Azogwe, 3 strikers on the bench. Struner for Azogwe. Bejarano. Hatfield is still in need of a rest. That's not too bad, but we have a fairly good good squad size now. Just need to change some of those keepers that we do have into other players, into defenders, midfielders, and strikers that are available. But Northampton away, FA Cup 12:45 kickoff. You've got to assume this is live on TV, and we get a 1-0 win. Get in next round of the FA Cup. But I'm more importantly thinking of cash we're going to have. Tim Payne was disappointed not to start. You'll start this game, fella. Players leaving on international duty. Here we go. Count declined. Bigger wants a bigger role. Players leaving. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Arasciata makes 5. Reha 6. Fathi 7. Payne 8. Jug 9. Struna 10. Milanov 11. So who is not leaving this time? 4 Bolivians. One of the Venezuelans isn't leaving. Can't remember who the other Venezuelan is. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 out of 31. So that leaves us 20 players. And when were they leaving? 13th of November to the 19th of November. Okay. So they're going to miss the Plymouth game. I'm going to rest a few of these as well. Azogwe back in, Antuli, McCartan, Vizcarrondo, Galindo, Alutza, Payne, Smith, Bejarano, Dejue, Velasco. Other than that, I'll keep that team. Right. So there's 11 players leaving. We have 31 players in the squad. That's 20. So I can afford 2 injuries or suspensions, and we have 1 injury at present. Hatfield. So cannot afford any injuries or suspensions realistically in this next game, and then that will allow us to field a team for the game against Plymouth with a couple of the goalkeepers on the bench. But let's have a look. First of all, Newport in the Cup, 3-0 win. McCartan with 2, Azogwe with 1. 2 offices. Yeah, Bauman doesn't want. He wants a bigger role. Prize money of 8,000 for the Johnson's Paint. We've got nothing for the FA Cup. Interesting. I wonder if you just get that when you actually are out of the competition. But let's move forward. And Plymouth. So, Azogwe and Thule. Payne, Vizcarrondo, Galindo, Alutza, Bejarano for Smith, Milanov, Dejue. Kamalo's there. Jug needs to go. Smith can come in. Right, Galindo was leaving. Biriveo I think's okay. Rehat was leaving. Maguire, Faboni, Biriveo, Noble, Azogwe was leaving. Phobe on the bench. Little can come on for Struna. Aldred, I believe that bench is okay. It's not ideal with those 2 keepers there. Obviously, if we could have Hatfield on the bench, but I'm assuming that team is going to suffice for this game, and we are going to be able to play this game and not forfeit it. Here comes the point where I either throw the controller or we're okay. Holy shit, we're okay. Playing Plymouth, who have won their last 3. This is a game we need to win. I saw the league table and I think we've fallen way behind in the league table. So, Plymouth away, won their last 3. What can we get out of this game? We get a 2-0 defeat. Bollocks. Smith injured. Alusa was booked. Right, that drops us down. We are down in 5th now. Look at that. Bloody Shrewsbury, 45 points. Colchester on 41, and then it's very congested between Northampton in 3rd on 33 and Rochdale in 9th on 30. We need to get back to winning ways. Who is in? Oh, so Lutzer is injured. How long is he out for? 7. Oh, Shane Smith, 7 days is out for. Okay, but we will have every player back from international duty. So we are teetering on the edge of being able to put a full strength team out, but we can't really have that many suspensions and injuries as player returns from injury. Smith or Hatfield? Hatfield. But we need to get this squad sorted. McCartan, Biriveo, Lusser, Galindo, Vizcarrondo can stay in there. Smith, Bejarano, Velasco, keep you in there for the time being. Buxton, keep you in there for the time being. Maguire can come out. Boney can go on the bench. Fathy on the bench for Afobe. Noble, you off the bench. Lutzer on the bench. 2 strikers there. Arasciata. Interesting. Did you play in that? Where are you from? Bolivia. Yes, you'd have been one of my 4 Bolivians that went. Okay. Arasciata. Mingioa is okay. Let's go with that team for this game. At home to Crewe, who are in 8th. They are unbeaten in 3. Playing a narrow formation, so hopefully our 2 wingers can take advantage of the situation. 1-1 draw. Velasco sent off when it was 0-0 for his 2nd bookable of the game. Okay, so that's not too bad. We have a nice long break till our next game. We'll probably have a spate of games coming up in quick succession. Tournament prize money. Aha, because there was FA Cup replays. This is why we now get the FA Cup cash. Match rescheduled from Mansfield was the 5th of December, now the 29th. Plymouth was the 8th, now the 9th. And 15 grand for the FA Cup. So let's see what those rearranged games do to our schedule. So wow, 3 games in a week. We have Wickham in the FA Cup, Plymouth in the Johnson's paint, and then we have Fleetwood. Then we have Northampton in the league, Newport in the league, AFC Wimbledon in the league, and then Mansfield Town in the league. Before we head on to the January transfer window. 5 games there, but they may change depending on Cup. I'll try and get into the January transfer window, that is my aim. Right, Wickham. The Jouet is 1 game away from a suspension, but Milanov can go in there. Buxton, Fostruna, Bejarano, Smith, Galindo, Vizcarrondo. That top line is looking okay. We're going to go with McCartan, he's been playing well. That could be why I drew that last game. I forgot to change my keeper. We had Smith in goal. Jug back in, Boney on the bench. Tim Payne on the bench for Lutzer. That looks to be an okay team. Right, yeah, maybe that was the difference in that last game between winning and drawing it. But we're in 5th place in the league now. We need to get back to winning ways if we want to get into the automatic promotion places. We're only 4 points off the automatic promotion, but I'd prefer to have that buffer. Right, Wickham, you are my victims in this game. You're not. I'm your victims. McClure with 2 goals after Untuli put us 1-0 up. That's poor. Right. Fathy with his role at the club, but you're 17 years old, mate. Don't worry about it. Wilhelm with another scout report. McCartan in the next transfer window is going to want to go. Tom Aldred, what shocker, Compton said he wants to go when it's the 1st of the month. So these 2 cup games are really important. We need to progress. Hopefully we'll progress in the FA Cup. McCartan wants to leave, Aldred wants to leave. McCartan, I may let you go out on loan, but I'm going to bring someone else in. Wilhelm, who do you have for me? Aaron Payne, 73 max, reject you. Dan, 73 max, reject you. Matty Gale, 81 to 94. Tom Newton, reject, but Matty Gale looks like he could be a decent player. I'll sign him up. And how does that leave me? Oh, look at that, I can sign another player now. Because of the money we got from the Cups, I can sign another player. I'm happy with that. Right. Is it FA Cup? It is FA Cup first. This is the game I want to get. And again, I suppose that really is our... On the Vizcarrondo, let's have you out for Tim Payne. Carton out, Bridgeveo in. Smith is up to a 65. Azogas, are you on the bench? Yes, there you are. Let's have you on for McCann. Vizcarrondo, Fathi, Aldred. Right. I know the Johnson's Paint is important, but this cup game, if we win this game, there's a good chance we could get a half-decent third round game. So, just played Wickham in our last game, they beat us 2-1. Can we seek revenge? 4 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday. Get in! Payne with 2, Galindo with 1. That puts us into the next round of the cup. And I'm thinking if we got 15 grand for that last prize money for the FA Cup, we're going to be hopefully getting at least 20-25 for this one. Maguire wants to play in this game. Sorry fella, you're not going to play in this one. I need to bolster the squad. I know I need to bolster the squad in January. I really do. Just bringing in a couple. Hopefully, I can bring in a couple of English players and maybe let one of these 2 young keepers I've got go out on loan. But obviously, for that, I'm going to need some cash. McCartan in this game. Azogwe in this game. Galindo for Vizcarrondo. Fathi, you were saying you weren't playing, so let's get you in for this one. Bejarano in. Asciata in. Dejue for Velasco. Aldred in. Buxton in. Liddell in. Liddell in? Sounds like Riddle in. So yeah, I do think I need to bring some more English players in just to help me out in terms of these international breaks. But I do need to strengthen the squad, but I also need to think about youth as well. But we've also got this Johnson's Paint Trophy game. A nice win in this one would do us a treat. Keep the tournament prize money coming in. 1-0 defeat though. Thomas with the goal after 50 minutes. It was a much changed side. And we do have a little bit of prize money. I need to motivate my team. Prize money of 12,000 for the Johnson's Paint. In fact, let's go back. What was my prize money for the FA Cups? It was 15 grand. But we're going to need to wait a little bit because obviously there's the replay, so we won't know. I don't think we'll know who we've got yet. We can always have a cheeky look. No, we don't know who we've got yet. But let's get this game done in the league against Fleetwood, wasn't it? Right, and Tooley back in, Bauman back in, Payne back in, Galindo, Smith, Mingioa, Kamalo, Dejue, Milanov, Struna. And the bench is looking okay. Azogwe, you need to have a little bit more time off, I think. Right, there we go. Not long to go now. We are in the middle of December. Hopefully we get all of December done. Wow, Fleetwood won their last 3. Beat Newport, Luton and Exeter. Only conceded 2. We're going to be tough this away game. 2-2 draw. Mingioa and Ntuli with the goals. We have dropped down to 8th place in the table. But we're only 1 place off the playoffs, which isn't too bad. We're a hell of a way off the automatics. We're 9 points off Northampton. We need to go on a little bit of a run. Hopefully we can do that now. Jug. Thanks for having faith in your mate. You're my #1 keeper. Don't worry about it. You'll be playing for a while. But we've got a good break here. Players can get back to being fully fit, and we have prize money, 22 grand. Mansfield game has been brought forward, so the 9th is around the cup time, and we have away at Anfield to face Liverpool. Holy shit! Right. More importantly, let's get these last couple of league games done. It'd be nice to get them done and out of the way. But if we can't, we can't. We're at 25 minutes already. I'm not going to rush things. We do have the squad report to get done. I don't want to keep on putting that off. Risk of losing 2 players, yes I know. But right now, I'm not 100% worried about that. Am I? Am I not? First thing I want to do actually though, send my scout. Instructions. Add a new instruction. I'd like... Actually no, because I can send him to England. Contract. Position any. First team quality. See what he comes back with. He's going to come back with absolute shit ton of players, but I'm going to bring this down to 21. Any position. Contract is less than a year. And we'll send him. I'm just going to send him to England. And send Ronnie with the same actually to Scotland. Same instructions. Just because it gets. I'm thinking if we get players in. It allows us to bring in players who won't go on international duty. That's all I'm thinking. Right, I'm going to stick with that team for this game we have coming up against Northampton. This is a game we need to... Wow, Northampton, look at that. Scored 3 goals in each of their last 3. We are at home, so to get back onto winning ways in this game would be a good thing, but crikey, Northampton are in fine form. 0-0 draw. I'm okay with that. We stopped Northampton from scoring, which, considering how they've been getting on, is okay. I'm perfectly happy with that. Right, Newport coming up. This is one that we are going to have to look to win. Dejouet needs to be swapped around. Galindo, Vizcarrondo, Payne, Fathi, Mingioa, Arasciata, Smith, for Bejarano, Barman for Azogwe. Right, yeah, we do need something. We need an injection of something to get us back onto winning ways. And I don't know what that injection is. Hopefully it is this potentially an away win here. But Newport haven't been scoring many, but also haven't been conceding many. Concede 2 though. Azogwe, Henry Azogwe with both goals. Fantastic. Suspension over for Dejouet. Where does that win put us in the table? Puts us up to 7th, so back in the playoffs. First scout report has arrived. Okay. Interesting. Some of these guys is listed for loan. He's a cam, so I suppose we are picking up things on everyone. Daniel Potts, interesting. A left back. Contract expiring in 7 months. Ali from from MK Dons. 2 from Plymouth. Brannigan looks to be quite a decent player. Rowlands looks to be nice, but obviously he's probably one of those where we're I don't know if we are actually going to be able to afford any of these guys, obviously with their wages. Is what I'm thinking. Yeah, let's change the team. I was going to keep it as it is, but we're probably best swapping a few players around. Bejarano, Smith, Arasciata, Mingioa, Kamalo, Liddell, Struner, Buxton, Milanov, Dejue, Velasco for Aldred, and Tully for. Let's have McCartan on for this game. So we'll just hit the half-hour mark. I will get these last two done. I think it's 2 before we hit the January transfer window. Right. Yeah, players leaving is one thing I'm thinking about, and I may let a player leave, but I may look to just bring in loan players instead. I think we'll have to see how we do for wages. But Mingioa gives us the 1-0 win in this game against Wimbledon, up to 6th place in the table. Bejarano, my role at the club. Okay, I'll play you in this next game. No luck in Scotland, boss. Okay, no players found. Relocate. Let's try Republic of Ireland. Just because I can. If not, we can always use Ronnie to scout players that that Rose finds. But I'm going to change a load of players around for this game. Bejarano wanted a game. Aldred, Milanov, Dejue is okay. Struner back in. Yeah, I'm thinking if Aldred wanted to leave, didn't he? I think it was Aldred that wanted to leave, our centre back. He's one that we need to replace. We're going to have to try and replace him with an English centre back. I think it's a case of now I just don't buy. I need to buy English players or European players that probably aren't going to get into the starting 11 of their international countries. As we win this game against Mansfield 3-1. So 2 good wins to end the episode. About your performance. Under a lot of pressure. I wonder if I should be cheeky and ask for some money. Request some funds. I'll request 200,000. See what the board say to that. They may come round and say no, we can have 150 grand if I can bring in 1 or 2 more players, even if it's just on loan for the time being. But additional funds. I think something a bit excessive. Not approve. Transfer market is open. Scout report. Report on youth players. So Matty Gale looks like he could be a half decent one. Obviously, we're not going to sign him this season, but he's one to keep an eye on potential between 84 and 94. Transfer window is open. Okay, so all these players want to leave. So maybe, especially like Fathi, who is an international player, we could look at letting him go. But guys, I will call it a day there, and I'll be back with you in the next episode pretty soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.